My beloved child, if this message has found you today, it is not by accident. There is a reason your heart felt drawn here. Something unusual happened within your soulmate today, something deeper than a passing emotion or a temporary feeling. While the world continued moving around them, a quiet shift began taking place inside their spirit. You may have spent countless days wondering whether they ever think about you, whether they ever feel what you feel, or whether the connection you sense is real at all. I want you to know that I have seen every tear you never showed anyone, every lonely moment, and every silent prayer whispered into the darkness. Even when it seemed like nothing was changing, I was working behind the scenes. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil long before it breaks through the surface, important changes have been developing where human eyes cannot see. Today, something touched their heart in a way they could not easily ignore. It may have been a memory, a realization, or a feeling they could not explain, but it caused them to pause and reflect. My child, when emotions rise unexpectedly, they often reveal truths that have been waiting patiently beneath the surface. This message was meant for you because the story is not finished, and there is more happening than you currently understand. For a long time, you have carried questions that seem to have no answers. You searched for signs, looked for clarity, and tried to understand why certain doors remained closed. There were moments when exhaustion settled into your spirit and you wondered whether your waiting had any purpose at all. But listen carefully, my child, because nothing you experienced was wasted. Every season of uncertainty has been preparing you for greater understanding. Think about a mighty tree standing strong during a storm. Its strength was not built during sunny days alone. It was the wind, the rain, and the difficult seasons that caused its roots to grow deeper. In the same way, your challenges have been strengthening parts of you that you could not yet see. Your soulmate has been going through their own process as well. Like a river slowly carving a path through stone, change has been occurring little by little. What seems sudden today may actually be the result of months or even years of inner growth. I have been guiding both of your journeys even when neither of you recognized my hand at work. Trust that what appears delayed is often being carefully prepared. My dear child, hope is not something you must force. Hope grows naturally when you remember who is guiding your path. The emotions your soulmate felt today may be part of a larger awakening that is only beginning to unfold. A gardener does not panic when flowers have not yet appeared because the gardener understands that growth happens before blooming. In the same way, I see what is developing beneath the surface of your life. There are conversations yet to happen, lessons yet to be learned, and blessings still making their way toward you. Do not let fear convince you that the silence means nothing is happening. I have been watching over you every step of the way. The loneliness, the confusion, and the waiting have not separated you from your purpose. Instead, they have been shaping you for it. So tonight, release the burden of trying to control every outcome. Rest in the knowledge that I am still working. The chapter you are living now is not the final chapter. Something meaningful is unfolding, and the days ahead may reveal far more than you expect. My precious child, there are moments in life when a heart suddenly becomes quiet, not because it has lost hope, but because it is beginning to hear something deeper. Today may have been one of those moments for your soulmate. While others saw an ordinary day, something within them was asking questions they could no longer avoid. They may not even fully understand what they were feeling. Sometimes the soul recognizes a truth before the mind can explain it. A memory may have surfaced unexpectedly. A familiar feeling may have returned after being buried for a long time. In that moment, they were reminded that some connections leave an imprint that never completely disappears. You have often wondered whether your presence matters in their story. Listen carefully, my child. People do not always speak about what affects them most deeply. Some feelings are carried in silence. Some realizations happen behind closed doors. And some emotions become so powerful that they change a person's direction without anyone else noticing. What happened today may seem small from the outside, but within the hidden chambers of the heart, significant transformations often begin quietly. There were times when you believed nothing was moving forward. You watched the days pass and questioned whether your prayers were reaching their destination. Yet I tell you this. The seasons of waiting have never been empty. Think of winter covering a field with snow. To human eyes, everything appears lifeless. The ground seems frozen and still. But beneath the surface, preparation is already taking place. The earth is gathering strength for the coming spring. In the same way, I have been preparing things beyond your view. Your soulmate has been learning lessons through experiences you know nothing about. Challenges have softened places that once seemed unchangeable. Disappointments have taught them wisdom. Quiet moments have forced them to reflect on what truly matters. The emotions they felt today may be connected to this deeper process. Perhaps they realized how much they have changed. Perhaps they recognized what their heart truly values. Whatever the reason, know that growth rarely happens all at once. Like roots spreading beneath the soil, transformation often develops in hidden places before it becomes visible in everyday life. My child, do not allow impatience to steal your peace. The river does not reach the ocean by rushing. It arrives because it keeps moving forward, one moment at a time. Your journey is unfolding with the same kind of purpose. I know there are days when loneliness feels heavy and uncertainty feels endless. I know there are moments when you wish you could see the entire path ahead. But if you could see everything at once, you would miss the beauty of trusting me through each step. The emotions your soulmate experienced today are not something you need to control or analyze. Instead, allow this message to remind you that hearts are capable of awakening in unexpected ways. Continue becoming the person you were created to be. Continue walking forward with faith. Continue believing that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. I have not forgotten your desires, and I have not overlooked your tears. The story is still unfolding, and what seems unclear today may one day become one of the greatest examples of how I was working all along. Stay close to me, my child, because something meaningful is continuing to grow beneath the surface. My beloved child, one of the hardest things for you has been learning how to trust what you cannot see. You live in a world that constantly asks for proof, evidence, and immediate answers. Yet many of the most important things I do begin in silence. Before the sunrise appears, the sky remains dark. Before a flower blooms, it spends weeks hidden beneath the earth. Before a new chapter begins, there is often a season that feels confusing and uncertain. This is where many people lose hope, but I do not want you to lose hope. What your soulmate felt today may have been the result of many invisible moments finally reaching a turning point. Sometimes a heart carries emotions for so long that eventually they rise to the surface all at once. A single thought can unlock 1,000 memories. A quiet moment can reveal truths that have been ignored for years. What seemed ordinary today may actually become a moment they remember for a very long time. This message was meant for you because I want you to understand that not every important event arrives with noise and excitement. Some of the greatest changes begin with a simple feeling that refuses to disappear. My dear child, there have been seasons when you felt like you were walking alone through a desert. You kept moving forward, but the landscape around you seemed unchanged. You prayed, waited, and hoped, yet answers appeared distant. What you could not see was that I was strengthening your spirit during those difficult days. A tree that grows in perfect conditions develops shallow roots, but a tree that survives storms learns how to stand strong against powerful winds. In the same way, every challenge you faced was building resilience, wisdom, and patience within you. Your soulmate has been experiencing their own growth as well. Life has been teaching them lessons that could not be learned any other way. Certain experiences were necessary to help them understand themselves more clearly. Certain disappointments were needed to reveal what truly matters. Today's emotions may have opened their eyes to something they previously overlooked. Like a traveler finally reaching the top of a mountain and seeing the landscape below, they may be beginning to view their life from a different perspective. Growth changes people, my child. It softens hearts, deepens understanding, and creates room for new possibilities. Listen closely now. I do not want you to spend your days worrying about every detail or searching endlessly for signs. Instead, I want you to focus on the peace that comes from knowing I am guiding your path. A gardener does not dig up a seed every day to check whether it is growing. The gardener trusts the process and continues caring for the soil. That is what I am asking you to do. Continue nurturing your own heart. Continue becoming stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. Let go of the fear that tells you nothing is happening. Let go of the anxiety that whispers that time is running out. The emotions your soulmate felt today may be one piece of a much larger picture that is still unfolding. You do not need all the answers right now. You only need enough faith for the step directly in front of you. I have been watching over you through every season, and I am still working in ways you cannot yet see. Trust me, my child. The story is moving forward, and every chapter is bringing you closer to the purpose I have been preparing all along. My child, listen carefully, because there is something important I want you to understand. Many people believe that destiny moves in sudden leaps, but more often it moves in quiet steps that are barely noticed from day to day. What your soulmate felt today may not have arrived out of nowhere. It may have been building for a long time beneath the surface. Like rainwater slowly filling a hidden reservoir, emotions can gather little by little until one day they become impossible to ignore. There may have been moments recently when they felt unusually reflective, when old memories resurfaced, or when they found themselves wondering about paths they never took. These experiences are not always random. Sometimes they are invitations to look deeper. Sometimes they are signs that the soul is preparing for a new season. And sometimes they are part of my gentle way of guiding someone toward greater clarity. Do not underestimate the power of a single emotional moment, my child. A single moment can change how a person sees their future. You have spent so much time focusing on what has not happened that you may have overlooked how much growth has already taken place. Think about a canyon shaped by a river over many years. No single drop of water creates the transformation. It is the steady movement, the consistent flow, and the passage of time that creates something breathtaking. Your life has been changing in the same way. Every challenge you survived has added strength to your character. Every disappointment has taught you something valuable. Every season of waiting has expanded your capacity for wisdom and compassion. The same process has been happening within your soulmate. Life has been teaching them lessons they could not avoid. Experiences have been shaping their perspective. Certain walls that once seemed permanent may be beginning to crack. Certain fears that once controlled them may be losing their grip. What they felt today could be connected to these deeper shifts. Growth is rarely comfortable, but it often creates room for something beautiful to emerge. My beloved child, I know there are times when uncertainty feels heavy. You want reassurance. You want clarity. You want to know that your waiting has meaning. Let me remind you of something important. Nothing I plant is without purpose. A gardener waters seeds long before any visible growth appears because the gardener trusts what is happening beneath the soil. In the same way, I have been tending to circumstances that you cannot yet see. I have been guiding events, shaping hearts, and preparing paths in ways that remain hidden for now. So do not lose heart because answers have not arrived yet. Continue walking forward with faith. Continue trusting the process even when it feels slow. The emotions your soulmate felt today may be one small glimpse of a larger transformation that is still unfolding. What seems like a single chapter may actually be the beginning of an entirely new story. Rest tonight knowing that I am still working. The road ahead holds more purpose than you realize, and every step is bringing you closer to understanding why this journey happened exactly as it did. My beloved child, there are times when a person's heart becomes overwhelmed not because something is ending, but because something inside them is finally waking up. The emotions your soulmate experienced today may have come from a realization they were not expecting. Perhaps they looked at their life and suddenly recognized how much has changed. Perhaps they felt the weight of lessons learned through pain, disappointment, or missed opportunities. Sometimes a person spends so much time moving forward that they never stop to see how far they have traveled. Then one quiet moment arrives, and everything feels different. The heart becomes sensitive. Memories become vivid. Emotions rise to the surface. What was once ignored can no longer be pushed aside. My child, these moments often become turning points. They create space for honesty, reflection, and growth. What feels emotional today may become the beginning of greater clarity tomorrow. That is why I do not want you to fear these shifts. I want you to trust that even emotional seasons can serve a beautiful purpose. Think about the ocean during a storm. On the surface, the waves crash with tremendous force. Everything appears chaotic and uncertain. Yet deep below the surface, the water remains calm and steady. Your life has been similar. There have been storms around you that made it difficult to see where you were going. There have been days when confusion felt stronger than confidence. But beneath all of that, I have been building something solid within you. The same is true for your soulmate. Beneath their fears, doubts, and distractions, deeper truths have been developing. Sometimes emotions rise because the soul is trying to draw attention to something important. It is like a lighthouse shining through darkness, guiding a ship toward safer waters. What happened today may not be about a single event. It may be about a deeper awareness beginning to emerge. An awareness of what truly matters. An awareness of what has been missing. An awareness of what the heart has been searching for all along. These realizations often arrive quietly, but their impact can last for years. Listen closely, my child. I know waiting has not been easy for you. There have been moments when you questioned whether your story was moving forward at all. Yet every season has carried purpose, even the ones that seemed empty. A seed does not complain because it cannot yet see the sunlight. It continues growing in darkness until the right moment arrives. In the same way, I have been guiding your journey even when progress felt invisible. Do not allow temporary uncertainty to steal your peace. Do not allow fear to convince you that nothing is happening. The emotions your soulmate felt today may be one more sign that important inner changes are taking place. You do not need to force outcomes or chase answers. Instead, remain rooted in faith. Continue becoming the person you were created to be. Continue trusting that what belongs in your life will arrive in the proper season. I have not forgotten your prayers. I have not overlooked your hopes. And I have not abandoned the plans I have for you. The story is still unfolding, and what seems unclear today may soon become one of the clearest examples of how I was guiding every step from the very beginning.